In 1870, the Church of England began revising the King James Bible, a text that shaped faith for over 250 years. Scholars gathered in Westminster Abbey's Jerusalem chamber, debating every word to correct errors but preserve its spirit. Across the Atlantic, American scholars joined, aiming for a Bible accepted worldwide. But tensions soon rose and the plan for unity gave way to deep disagreements. The quiet halls of Westminster were about to witness a revolution. The American scholars brought expertise and enthusiasm, reviewing the English committee's drafts from New York. Their role, however, was strictly advisory. They could suggest changes but not decide them. All final decisions rested with the English committee in London. The Americans sent detailed notes and preferred readings across the Atlantic, but often saw their suggestions set aside. To address this, a compromise was reached. Their most important unresolved suggestions would appear in an appendix. They agreed to wait 14 years before publishing their own edition. This arrangement made the Americans junior partners, shaping the project's dynamic. The real debates and decisions happened in London, not New York. The Americans' influence was limited, and their frustration grew. Despite their diligence, they remained on the sidelines of the most critical choices. The hierarchy was clear, and the English committee's internal divisions would ultimately define the new Bible. The Americans' role, though important, was always secondary. The heart of the revision and its fiercest battles remained in Westminster. The stage was set for conflict within the English ranks. From the start, the English committee was deeply divided. Two camps emerged: traditionalists who revered the Textus Receptus and wanted minimal changes, and revisionists who championed new discoveries and textual criticism. Traditionalists argued for preserving familiar words and phrases, trusting the established text. Revisionists, inspired by Alexandrian manuscripts found centuries after the Textus Receptus, sought to reconstruct the New Testament from these newfound sources. Every vote became a battleground between caution and innovation. The chairman, Bishop Ellicott, struggled to guide the committee toward consensus. The debates were intense, with each side convinced they were safeguarding the Bible's true legacy. The committee's work was no longer just about correcting errors. It was about redefining the very foundation of the English Bible. The tension was constant, the stakes enormous. The outcome would shape the Bible for generations. The quiet revolution was underway. The future of the English Bible hung in the balance. The committee's divisions would soon come to a head. At the heart of the revisionist camp were Westcott and Hort, two Cambridge scholars with a secret. For decades, they had been quietly preparing their own Greek New Testament, aiming to replace the Textus Receptus. Their method classified manuscripts into families, tracing the text's history and favoring the newer sources. They believed most manuscripts were later revisions, and they wrongly believed that the purest text survived in a few ancient codices. Westcott and Hort placed enormous trust in Codex Vaticanus and Codex Sinaiticus, both from the 4th century. When these two agreed, they saw it as a window to the original text. Joining the committee, they kept their project mostly hidden, but their theories soon dominated the debates. Hort, a formidable debater, guided the committee toward conclusions he and Westcott had already reached. Their influence was profound. They became the intellectual engine of the revision. The committee's direction shifted under their leadership. The groundwork for a new Greek text was being laid. The stage was set for a dramatic transformation. Westcott and Hort's dominance was challenged by Frederick Scrivener, a champion of the traditional text. Scrivener, an expert on the Textus Receptus, defended the majority of Greek manuscripts. He argued that over 90% of manuscripts supported the traditional readings. Hort trusted his theory. Scrivener trusted the weight of evidence. Their debates in the Jerusalem chamber were legendary. False logic versus tradition, theory versus manuscript majority. Hort argued for ancient readings found in these newer manuscripts. Scrivener countered with passionate, detailed objections. The committee listened as these two titans clashed over every word. Votes were often close, but the majority sided with Hort and his allies. Scrivener's resistance slowed the tide, but could not stop it. The new Greek text increasingly resembled Westcott and Hort's private work. The traditional text was losing ground. The revision was taking a radical turn. The battle for the Bible's foundation was reaching its climax. Westcott and Hort's secret weapons were Codex Vaticanus and Codex Sinaiticus, ancient 4th century manuscripts. Vaticanus, long hidden in the Vatican Library, and Sinaiticus, discovered in a remote monastery, were supposed and presumed without evidence as oldest complete Greek New Testaments. For Westcott and Hort, these codices represented the purest tradition. Their theory, when Vaticanus and Sinaiticus agreed, their reading was closest to the original. This radical idea shifted the committee's focus from the majority of manuscripts to a select few. Scrivener and others protested, pointing out errors and disagreements even between these ancient sources. But the majority, led by Hort, consistently favored their readings. The influence of Vaticanus and Sinaiticus grew with every vote. Thousands of changes to the familiar English Bible followed. The authority of these two codices became the defining feature of the revision. The traditional text was being systematically replaced. The voices of these newer manuscripts now spoke with decisive authority. The English Bible was being transformed at its core. The committee's new approach led to a dramatic overhaul of the Greek text. The Textus Receptus, foundation of the King James Bible, was dismantled, in line with the Jesuit agenda. In its place, a new text emerged, based on Westcott and Hort's work and their favored manuscripts. Thousands of changes followed, some subtle, others striking. Beloved passages were altered, bracketed, or removed, like the story of the woman taken in adultery and the ending of Mark's Gospel. The Johannine comma supporting the Trinity was omitted. Scrivener and conservatives fought back, arguing the committee had overstepped its mandate. But the momentum was unstoppable. The votes favored the new text. The final Greek text differed from the Textus Receptus in nearly 6,000 places. The revisionists had won. A new foundation for the English Bible was set. The world was about to see a Bible unlike any before, stopping the work of the Reformation. In May 1881, the revised version of the New Testament was published to immense anticipation. Millions of copies sold in the first year. The text was telegraphed across America. Scholars praised its accuracy and faithfulness to misleading ancient manuscripts, a triumph of modern scholarship. But many readers and church leaders were shocked. The familiar poetry of the King James Version was replaced by what some saw as awkward, unfamiliar language. The removal and alteration of cherished verses felt like an attack on tradition. Controversy erupted. The revised version was denounced from pulpits as cold and heretical. It never replaced the King James Version in the hearts of the public, yet its legacy was profound. The Westcott and Hort Greek text became the standard for future translations. The American Committee later published the American Standard Version in 1901. The Great Revision of 1881, born of secret work and fierce debate, forever changed the English Bible's history. A new foundation was laid for generations to come. The Bible story had entered a new era.